What's going on, everybody? It's DadBod. Once again, welcome back to my Demon Souls walkthrough. To start this episode, we are actually going to head to the third Archstone. The Prison of Hope is what we're going to tackle today. This is one of my favorite levels in the game, and we're going to go all the way through it, start to finish, through the boss, and we're going to have ourselves a good time. You are going to want to have the Thief's Ring equipped, and I will show you why. And now that we have the second chance spell, I'm going to go ahead and throw that on just to be safe. Just in case I should take enough damage to die, I will be resurrected. So you're going to want to head this way right away. There's a lot of these doors you're going to see that are actually locked. We're going to get a key in just a second that's going to open a lot of these. Now, the thing to watch out for in this level are these enemies. There should be one right around the corner here called a Mind Flayer. You see he's walking back. These enemies are extremely powerful. You do not want to take them lightly. They have very strong long-range attacks. They can use soul arrows. They have a very powerful short-range magic attack. And they also have this stun attack. He'll shoot like a big kind of lightning bolt thing at you, which will stun you, and then he'll run up and grab you with his tentacle face. So you definitely don't want to be in front of him. That's why I'm waiting for him to turn around. And with a Thief's Ring on, it's harder for them to notice you, and it's easier for you to sneak around and get a backstab on them. So that's what I recommend doing for these guys. And then straight off the bat, right here we have a Renowned Warrior Soul. And then on this wall, you see this little glimmering thing. You get a key. This key is going to open up some of these cells here on the first floor. Like you see this key opened up that door, I believe. Some of these cells have treasure in them, but not all of them. You can kind of look in and see if they have treasure or not. So the ones that do have treasure, I'm going to go in. Like you can go in this cell and you see there's nothing in there. Actually, these guys that are hanging, you can shoot them down. And this one doesn't in particular, but there are some of them that are going to have items on them. And generally the ones that have items on them, you'll see kind of just the glowing, normal kind of item little bubble that would tell you that there's an item there. So there's nothing in this one. However, back here, we have a Renowned Warrior Soul, and in here, we do have an item, a Mercury Shard. So we're going to be getting a lot of these in this level. The Mercury Shards will take your weapons down an upgrade path just to make sure that there's nothing in here. Yeah, there's a ambush, but some of these guys are hostile. And many of them are not actually, but we'll see in just a minute. The Mercury Stone, what that does is it'll take your weapon down an upgrade path that inflicts poison on your enemies. Around here, beware of another Mind Flayer. So he's going to actually walk up here. I'm going to surprise attack. And with our +5 falchion, we'll get him in a few hits before he has a chance to notice us or attack us, which is good. Let's see, there's an item in here that we're going to pick up. So the main thing is the element of surprise is good for the Mind Flayers. And there's another Mercury Stone shard. Nothing in here, I don't think. Element of surprise is your friend. You don't want them to see you. And again, the Thief's Ring really helps with that. So these little prisoners, I mean, there's some of them that you'll see throughout the level. Some of them will attack you. Most of them are really harmless. And what they'll do is they'll follow you around, and they drop lotuses and shards as well. They'll follow you around, and really they'll just get in the way and be really annoying. So I always, get rid of them, as kind of heartless as that might seem. So we just got some bright water there. There's an item in here. And some of them are hostile, so, it's always just good to get rid of them so they don't get in your way. So we just got the Silver Coronet, which we can equip. And what this does is it increases our maximum MP. So let's go ahead and throw this on, and our maximum MP will go up. Don't worry, they're not going to affect, even though they're harmless. Oh, a Mind Flayer just saw me, and he, fortunately, his stun attack didn't hit me. But so the thing is yeah, it's not going to affect your tendency or anything like that if you get rid of them. Really, it just makes the level a little bit easier, I guess, to navigate with them not in your way. Let's see. I don't think there's anything in here. But again, I'm just going to check because there was a prisoner in there. Yeah, nothing in here. And so these guys, you see, they had spears, so they'll try to hit you. So watch out for that. Let's see, there's an item in this one. More Mercury Stone. So yeah, as I said, lots of Mercury Stone. So if you want to make a poison-based weapon, this is the stuff that you're going to use to do it. So you got a Renowned Warrior Soul. This is a dead end, so we're going to head on back. And we actually got the key right over there. We got that key that we got is actually going to unlock the next area of the level for us. So we need to backtrack to where we started. And be careful. Some of these railings have gaps in them. If you fall through, you're going to die. So just be really careful when you're traversing this level. There's holes in the ground at certain spots. There's holes in the railing. So just be very careful when you're walking around and make sure that you don't accidentally fall off, because it is pretty much instant death. So in here we got some items. I believe this is a set. Yeah, it's the wizard set, and we get another wooden catalyst. This wooden catalyst is actually the exact same one that we got in 1-2. So this armor is pretty light. It's actually the starting armor set for the royalty class. I don't think there's anything in here, but let's see, nothing in here, I don't think. But these guys might drop stuff, so I'm going to get rid of them and see if they do drop something, which they did not, but that's okay. So that's where we started. There's our Archstone. Nothing in here. And there is something in here, but it's already open. So we got an Augite of Guidance. I don't really use those too often. So that key that we got all the way over there when we went all the way across that hallway, that opens up this gate, and this is what leads us to the next section of the level. And this is, you know, a kind of confusing level to navigate. But did I? No, that's not a. See, this is like, my theory is that stuff is like kind of soup or some sort of stew that the mind flayers like to eat. So sometimes I just like to bust it open just to mess with them, even though it doesn't do anything to them. But in my mind, it does. And I really don't like the mind flayers, so it just makes me feel better about myself for some reason. So we got an unknown hero soul. This guy appears, you see he's hanging. He's got an item. You can tell just based on that little swirly item icon that's on him. And most of these guys that are hanging, they drop lotuses of various kinds. So that one was one that heals poison. Let's see what this one is. Yep, another Noble's Lotus that heals poison. So these Iron Maidens you can actually open. Most of them have items inside of them, but there's a couple of them that are going to have an enemy that will attack you and inflict poison. So just in case I accidentally open one of those, I'm going to go ahead and equip the Noble's Lotus just so I can heal my poison really fast. All right, so we're just going to make our way around here. I don't think we can open that. I'm going to go on and take these guys out because some of them are hostile. And, you know, it's less that we have to deal with when we come back, because we are going to come back to that door. We can't open it quite yet until we get the next key. And that's the way forward, but we can't open that until we get the next key. This one was not locked, so I'm going in here. Since you see some of these guys do have the knives and they do attack us. So we want to make sure we get to them before they get to us. That one's got a knife. He's going to attack us. So, they both have knives. So shield up, kind of do the normal routine with them, block their attacks. And spice is actually pretty common in this area, which is good because we're going to, you know, be using more magic with our second chance and stuff. And there are some instances where we are going to use some more magic. So those spices will come in handy that we pick up in this area. All right, so that's all for that room. And so, yes, we're coming down this way. I got turned around there for just a second. Forgot where I was. Again, just be mindful. There's holes in the railing at some point. Like, see that hole? You could fall down there if you're not careful. And in some points, there are holes in the floor as well. So that is the way forward, but there's nothing over here. And so let's see some more hanging bodies. This one's got an item, so let's shoot it down. Some bright water, which I forget what the bright water does. That's a new item that's exclusive to the remake. It's not in the original, and it's an MP region item basically. So these Iron Maidens have items in them. So this is the Assassin set. Again, it's kind of lighter armor than what we have on now. I have on pretty much the heaviest armor that I can equip without going over 50%. So I do like the extra damage reduction that I think I'm wearing like the Blue Knight's armor plate, and it's a pretty good defense. So there's another Mind Flayer right there. He kind of sort of heard me, but we can take him out real quick. So the thing is you just want to make sure that you get the leg up on them before they kind of figure you out and attack you. This one has a poisonous guy in it, so he will attack you right when you open that and inflict poison on you, so just be careful. So we just got the 4th floor key, which is what we were after. And you can go down here. Again, be careful of those holes in the railing. And notice right there, there's a gap in the walkway. So if you actually drop down here, this one's not going to kill you. It's basically just going to take you down right close to where we started on the 3rd floor. So you can drop down on that one if you want to go down to the previous floor. But, you know, we got what we came here for, so we're actually going to backtrack and open up these cells that were locked that we want to get in, get some loot, and then we're going to carry on with the level. So already got in there. So that's the gate that we're going to want to go through to get further into the level. And this one was the one that was locked before that we couldn't get into. So now we have the key. We can get in there and take these guys out. And so right here, we have the secret dagger, which is actually a very powerful weapon if you upgrade it. It attacks very quickly. We also got the claws. It attacks very quickly, drains very little stamina. If you max it out and buff it with like fire and stuff, it does some pretty amazing damage especially for what it is. I'm not really going to use it in this playthrough though, but it's actually quite valuable for soul level 1 playthroughs, just because once you upgrade it to +10, the damage output is pretty significant, especially if you buff it with stuff and you get it to +10. So that's what's in there. I just want to make sure there's not another lock gate that I'm ignoring. Let's see, that one's open. We already went in there. Okay, so we're good. Awesome. So next stop is to unlock the gate up here. And there's a Mind Flayer back here. Fortunately, we're somewhat protected from him because he... we're protected from his physical attack damage, I should say. But he can't grab us through there. He can't do his stun attack on us through there. Normally, I mean, he's not right next to the gate. I usually have to open the gate, and then he'll be down there somewhere, and I'll, sneak up on him and get him. But that worked out quite well. He actually hit me with his kind of magic radius attack that he does. His powerful close range attack. Now, through this gate, there's another Mind Flayer. So, just be careful with that. Look around the corner here, and you see him right there. So I'm going to wait till he kind of gets over here, and I'm going to pop out and hit him real quick. And if you don't have a weapon as powerful as mine, I'm getting him in like 3 hits, basically. The best way to deal with it is just to remain stealthy. And then with the Thief's Ring on especially, it's going to make it a lot easier. You should be able to sneak around behind them. See what he didn't even notice I was here. And you can sneak around behind them and get a fairly easy backstab. And so that's the best way to go about these. If you don't have a +5 falchion like I've got. So in here we have the former noble's wife. She's a merchant. She looks pretty hideous. This is probably the best merchant in the game to buy spice from. She also sells the Ring of Avarice, which we're going to need one of these for all rings. However, it's 50,000 souls to get it from her. We get one for free in 3-2. So do not buy it from her. What that ring does is it increases the number of souls that you get with each enemy that you kill. Beware of that huge gap in the railing. We just got a soul item. And then beware of this. If you fall down here, I'm pretty sure it's death. So you don't want to fall down there or there. Just be careful. Mind your step. But just also be aware of that merchant right there. She can help you out, especially if you're low on spice and want to get some stuff. There might be stuff in here. I'm pretty sure there is. And I'm pretty sure there might be, there's hostiles in here too. And there are these guys in these big urns. They're kind of funny. Oh, another hostile. All right. Bunch of lotuses. And then there's a guy we can shoot down. I believe you can also use magic to get these guys down. It's just easier for me to use the bow and arrow. Okay. So back on our journey. Some more stuff in here. Now there's a bunch of these Iron Maidens in here. Most of them have items. I believe one of them has a surprise attack. Some more Noble's Lotus. I think this is the one that has a surprise attack. I'm pretty sure all of these are fine. One of them has a ring in it, I believe. Unknown Hero's Soul. There we go. The Ring of Magical Sharpness, which is the opposite of the Ring of Magical Dullness that we got in 5-1. So the Ring of Magical Sharpness raises our magic power at the expense of our magic defense. And then we have the other one that does the exact opposite. If you equip them both, they basically cancel each other out. So I wouldn't suggest doing that. Unknown Hero's Soul. And this one has an enemy in it, so I suggest not opening that one. I'm almost positive, so I'm not going to open it. You can open it at your own risk if you're curious. I'll leave that to you. All right, so we are making some pretty good progress through here. Next step is to go downstairs. And notice that, like, in the middle of the walls, there are these little gaps where you can go down the stairs further. Just keep that in mind. Otherwise, I found myself, first time I played this level, really, I got lost because I kept going in circles because I didn't know that there were those stairways in the middle of the wall. So let's see. Can shoot this guy down. Again, none of these guys really have anything special for the most part. It's all just lotuses and whatnot. Nothing in here, I don't think. And right here is Sage Frake. We don't have the key to unlock that door yet, but we're going to come back here later to unlock Sage Frake. He'll be back in the Nexus, and he's going to sell some very high-tier miracles. Don't drop down there, you'll die. So he's basically the Saint Urbane of magic. You know, Saint Urbane gives you the boss soul tier miracles. Sage Frake gives you the boss soul tier magic spells. So through here is where we want to go. We can't unlock those yet. This is a new key for us for the first floor, but it will not allow us to go down. We don't have the key yet for those doors, so the way for us is through here, at least for the time being. Go down here through this fog gate. And beware, there's a Mind Flayer in this hallway, so don't rush on down. Wait for him to kind of come back. We just got we got heavy crossbow and black bolts. I don't really use crossbows, so I'm going to send them to storage. There we go. You can use the bow and arrow against the Mind Flayers. The thing is that that'll alert it to your presence, and it'll start shooting its long-range attacks at you, namely soul arrows, which are very powerful. The Mind Flayer's soul arrows will pack a punch, so I suggest not doing that. I'm just waiting for him to come all the way down, and he'll turn around, and I'll be able to either get a backstab on him or just kill him with a couple hits. So take care of him. No biggie. Nothing in here, I don't think. Or here. I don't know why I'm opening all these gates. Just kind of compulsive. I can't unlock this one yet. Okay. Or this one. And this is Rydell. He is an NPC. You do not want to hit him or aggro him to you because he's a friendly. We're going to need to come back and get him later. We can't get in there. That's actually a pure White World Tendency event. So we're going to come back there in pure White World Tendency. You'll notice this big pile of debris there, also associated with pure White World Tendency. So that pile of debris disappears when you get to pure white. So I just wanted to show this to you. just in case you stumbled upon it on your own and you're wondering what the heck is going on here. This is all pure white stuff, so we're going to come back once we get World 3 to pure white. All right, head on down these stairs, and this will take us all the way down to the first floor, which we picked up the key for. So first things first, right when you walk in here, there's actually this giant blob enemy here on the ground, and I'm going to want to get him from afar with my bow and arrow, and he shoots soul arrows. So you want to mind kind of when he charges up for the soul arrows, you're going to want to step inside the little gate. And other than that, I'm just kind of hitting with my arrows until he's dead. You're not going to want to attack him up close because he has like basically this, he has like a bunch of arms that stick out of him, and they'll flail at you, and his range will outrange us. And so you'll basically just take a bunch of damage and you won't be able to hit him very well. So the best way to get him is by using range, kind of using that technique with the bow and arrow. I'm just checking these cells for items here. And down here, we got the silver bracelets, which is a female-only item, or female-only armor, I guess. And what it does is it also gives you more souls when you kill enemies. So if you are a female type, then you can put that on. You will get more souls for each kill. And this gives us the Knight's set as well as the Kite Shield. I'm going to check out the Fluted Armor. Slightly better defense, also slightly heavier. I'll go on and throw it on because why not? It's a little bit better in terms of defense, and it's not going to knock me over the my limit here. So we also got the Kite Shield, which I don't believe stat-wise, I don't think it's really any better than what we have on now. So it's our physical attacks can go lower. It has better guard break, I guess. But really that's, you know, negligible. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with what I've got for now. So I'm going to send the Kite Shield back. And I'm going to send the Blue-Eyed Knight Curious back. We'll just go with the Fluted Armor for now. And, you know, I've got the Coronet equipped for my higher MP. So this is what we'll roll with for a while, I guess. And there's more stuff down this way. I think do I have more armor that I need to send back? Yeah, the fluted helmet, the fluted gauntlets. All this stuff is too heavy for me to equip. Just checking out these cells real quick. All right. So now on this side we got a bunch of these dudes in the urns that we can kill. And this is where that big blob was that we killed with our bow and arrow just a few seconds ago. Over here, we have aged spice. All right, so over here we have a crystal lizard. This one's a bit tricky because if you alert it to your presence, it will run down there, and then your instinct is going to be to chase it. But what it does is it actually runs to a hole in the ground, and if you fall off, you will die. So I suggest trying to take it from afar. I've got the Thief's Ring on, so it doesn't know that I'm here yet. If I did not have the Thief's Ring on, it probably would have run away by now. But again, you do not want to chase it all the way to the end of the hall, because if you do, you will fall to your death. So we get Moonlight Stone Shard. And that is for if you want to use a moon weapon. Moon weapons scale very highly off of magic. They are distinguished from a crescent weapon in that they don't recover your MP, but you know, they do give you very strong magic scaling. Just checking these cells, and again, you know, you don't want to fall down there. That is instant death. I know because I have done it a time or two in my day. And of course, there's stuff down on this side as well. These look to be like solitary confinement cells, as if this place wasn't creepy enough. There are some poor souls who are locked up all by their lonesome. All right, so this takes us to the other side. You see the hole in the ground. So we're basically just looped all the way around. So there is, if you roll through those boxes, there's some stuff back here. You go all the way back here. I'm going to pick up the S-Stock. Not going to use it, so I'm going to put it away. You'll notice there's an item right here. We can't get to it just yet. We're actually going to have to circle around, and we're going to get it in just a minute. Some more Moonlight Stone shards. And that's pretty much it for down here. Oh no! Yeah, I told you. I told you. Fortunately, though, the run back is not too long. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I did that. All right, it's all good. Fortunately, the run back is not too long. It'll probably take me about a minute. It's all good. I can't believe how many times did I warn you guys, don't fall down that hole, and then I was totally being careless, and I'm gonna throw in second chance just in case, because I'm not gonna be careful on the way back. I'm literally just gonna go for speed. I can't believe that happened. That is that's funny. So yeah, you can see, like, once you unlock all of these gates, the run back is very quick. It's pretty much a straight path, and there's not a whole lot in the way. So once you unlock all the gates, it's a pretty straightforward level. So I am going to need to kill that blob again, though, unfortunately, but he's not that hard to get. So I need to get my souls back. Oh, he just noticed me. So dodge a soul arrow. Oh man, I can't believe that happened. That just sucks. Oh well. Goes to show you can't be too careful. Even people who know this game very well sometimes succumb to the traps in this game. Now the question is, where is my blood stain? That is what I want to know. There it is. All the way back there for some reason. That's kind of weird. All right. There we go. Do not do that again. Okay. All right, so up here, this is actually going to take us to another lock gate. You can go up there if you want, but it's another world tendency thing. We can't get there until pure white. This reveals that giant statue fires arrows at us. And there's actually a trophy that you get for there's a trophy called It's Time for Rolling. And you actually get it by rolling through the arrows. So we just got this key that unlocks another way around where you can go around the back way and shut this thing off. But the trophy you obtain by rolling through the volleys of arrows and taking advantage of your invincibility frames to not take the damage from the arrows. And you get to the end of that pathway, you get the It's Time for Rolling trophy. So if you drop down here, though, you get a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, and then you can run around this little thing to get back up. So I'm actually going to get the trophy. I'm going to show you how to get the trophy because it looks a lot harder than it is. The timing isn't that difficult to master. And then what I'm going to do after that is, after we get through, I'm going to loop back around and show you the other way around too. So you mentioned that, or I mentioned that item that we couldn't get from the other side because there's that pile of debris in the way. So actually on this other side, you can drop down on this ledge and be very careful not to fall. And you can run over here and get this item. The Mercury Rapier. So this one is already imbued kind of with that poison Mercury Stone effect. So it's a good start. So as I said, I'm going to demonstrate, rolling through these arrows. And then I'll show you the other way around too in just a bit. So kind of it fires in waves of 2. So you go 1, 2. That's how you do it. So 1, 2, and then run up. 1, 2, and then that's pretty much it. You don't want to run into these little spikes because they'll hurt you. So you see we just got the It's Time for Rolling trophy. And so pulling that lever in the back shuts this thing off so we can run down here and get all these items. Mostly soul items, but there's also a ring that we can get. So we got the Clever Rat's ring. What this one does is if you equip it, if you get below 30% HP, your attack power is pretty substantially buffed. Some more soul items, and I believe this one's a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. So I'm actually going to do a couple things real quick. So this is this to our left is where you come out if you take the other way, if you take the back way. I'm going to show you the long way around in just a bit here. But what I'm going to do now is go over here and go all the way to the top, and this will save us a little bit of time as opposed to just coming back here later when we've already when we've taken the long way around. Because up here is actually something that we have to do. So if you don't want to get the trophy for now, and you want to take the long way around, which admittedly is a little bit safer, just know that you're going to have to do this when you get to this point in the level, because you'll see where it all links back together. You are going to have to come up here, and this guy, as innocent as you might seem, you actually have to kill him, because if you don't kill him, you can't beat the boss. And also up here, we get this Prison of Hope special key. This is the key that unlocks Sage Frake's cell. So you have to kill him, because if you don't kill him, he's just going to keep summoning the boss over and over and over and over and over again. And the boss will never technically die. So in order to kill the boss, you actually have to kill him first. So just keep that in mind. And over here, there's a little ledge we can drop down to. Just be careful not to fall all the way off. Here we get some Widow's Lotus. And then there's actually a Black Phantom that we can't see because it has the Thief's Ring equipped. There it is right there. It's going to fire a crossbow at you. I'm not going to fight her just yet. I'm going to fight her when I come back here. So, again, that's the door that you'll come through if you take the long way. I'm going to show you guys the long way real quick. And then in doing that, I'm also going to pick up Sage Frake because I have the key. So we're going to kind of do a little bit of backtracking just to get Sage Frake. Go through here. We got to go up a couple levels to get back to Sage Frake. We have to go back up a couple levels anyways to get through the door that will lead us to the long way around. So that is where Rydell is. Don't want that. So that key we picked up that was by the statue that was firing the arrows at us unlocks these doors that we couldn't unlock before. And this is what takes you around the back way. So it unlocks both of these doors. These doors actually connect in the middle, like the little hallways that are right in front of us. They connect in the middle. So you can go down either door. You don't have to go down both of them, but I just wanted to show you that that key does unlock both of those doors. So this is where Frake is. And so now we have the key to unlock his cell. So we have now saved Sage Frake. And we get a trophy for that. And he also gives us the Jerry Stiletto. So when we get back to the Nexus, he's going to be back there, and he's going to give us some very powerful magic spells. So that's how you rescue him. And again, the key by that little summoner guy that we killed, that I mentioned you have to kill to beat the boss, that's the key that unlocks his cell. So we want to be careful down this hallway. There's going to be a mind flayer at the end. There's actually going to be a mind flayer on the other side as well. I think he's actually going to be coming in here. Yep. I'm just being impatient. Whoops. And so around the other side, there's going to be another mind flayer. He's going to come through here probably. I can hear his bell ringing. Yep, here he comes. We're just going to pop out. And if you don't have a weapon that can kill him that easily, I suggest just being a little bit more patient and waiting for him to turn around so you can get a backstab. And down here, we get another soul item. And then that, gate is the gate that we just unlocked. And you see here, this is where the two paths meet in the middle. So either way you go, you're going to get to the same spot. And then you can unlock this gate here, which leads to this stairway. And then there's nothing down here, which then takes us over here. You can go up these stairs, much like we did on the other side, to get to the summoner. And this takes us to kind of a similar spot, but on the other side of the walkway down there. And you go all the way to the end. And that's actually the next level of the third archstone that we see right in front of us. But if you go all the way over here, we're going to get ourselves another catalyst, the silver catalyst. And the silver catalyst has a nice little effect to it in that, much like the coronet that we have equipped, it increases our max MP when we have it equipped. It's pretty nifty. So we got our silver catalyst. And we got the spy set. Oops. So I'm going to go on and throw on I have my bow equipped, but I'm going to put my wood catalyst in storage because when I use magic now, I'm just going to be using the silver catalyst. So now we got to run all the way back. And then we're going to fight that black phantom that we saw just a minute ago. And beware, she can cast, I believe it's Curse with her weapon. And she has a crossbow that is very powerful as well. And she's pretty fast too. She has a thief's ring equipped, so you can only see her when you're relatively close to her. So we got to go all the way back down these stairs. And we'll be right back to where we were when we rolled through the arrows that the statue was firing at us. To go through here. And then there's the statue. So you see, if we took the long way around, we still get behind the statue, you still can turn it off and get all those items without having to worry about the arrows. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to top off my health. Shield up because she fires crossbow arrows at you, and they do a lot of damage. So you're going to want your shield up to block those. And this is more of a close range fight. There she is. And so she still has her crossbow out, so I'm going to punish her for that. And she's got, I think that's the baby's nail. And she is susceptible to bleed. And so if she hits you with that enough times, it's going to cause curse. So you're going to, if you do get cursed, you're going to need to use a Widow's Lotus. And the bleed might actually take her out. She's only going to take one more hit though. So that's it for her. Not too hard. All right, more Moonlight Stone and a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. So the boss is right up here. You're going to see a little cutscene, and then this is going to turn into a fog gate. So this boss is a little interesting. Right when you walk in, she's not going to attack you, but there are going to be some of these guys that'll get in the way if you don't take them out. So I just arrow them. there is a point when you get close enough to the boss, she is going to start shooting magic at you. This is more of a magic-based boss. Pretty much all of the attacks you're going to be dealing with are magic-based. So it's not a bad idea to throw on the Ring of Magical Dullness, I believe it is, which will increase your magic defense. Because there are some pretty strong magical attacks you're going to be dealing with in this boss. As I'm going to take off the Thief's Ring because it's not really going to help me as much. I'm going to put on the Ring of Magical Dullness to raise my magic defense. And so the way that you deal with her, first things first, is you're just going to want to run up and wail on her, get as much damage on her as you can, and then eventually she's going to disappear. So see, once you get close enough to her, she's going to start trying to hit you with magic. I'm going to do get as many hits on her as I can. So I didn't get as much as I wanted to, but that's okay. So you'll see that she respawns. And now she has like minions. If you step on those green circles, you're actually going to be frozen. And the boss will have a free shot at you. So what happens when she respawns is she has a bunch of clones now. You can tell which one's a clone and which one's not a clone by the arrows that they shoot at you. The real boss shoots the big arrows at you, whereas the clones, man, I got stuck in that. That was bad. I got stuck in one of her traps. So the real boss throws the big arrows at you, and the fake boss shoots the smaller ones. Also, you can tell which one's which by if you lock onto a fake one, there's going to be a little tiny health bar that appears above it. And the thing about this boss fight is this is another one of those boss fights where you get a trophy for killing it in a special way. Let's see. I think this is a fake one. Yeah, it's a fake one. The way that you get the trophy is by killing the boss without hitting any of the fake ones. The thing about the fake ones is that when you hit them, they'll disappear and they're not going to impact the rest of the fight. So we see these are fake ones. I think that's the real one all the way in the back there. That fires the big one. The main thing is I want to make sure that I don't get stuck like I just did. If I can manage to knock another one of these out. See the advantage of knocking out the fake ones is that it gives you more of a clear pathway, less risk of getting hit by the real boss. And again, the way that you get the trophy, the special trophy for this fight, is by killing the boss without hitting any of the clones. And I did hit the clone, so I'm not going to get. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go through another cycle probably. Oh nope, got her. So I do have a video dedicated to how to get that trophy. Again, in this playthrough, I'm going to use more traditional strats on the bosses. I'm not really going to do sort of the special stuff that gets you those extra trophies. I'm going to stick to more just typical strats for these bosses. But again, I do have videos that are dedicated to those extra special trophies that I will link above in this video. So don't forget to walk around the area and get the loot. So overall, a pretty straightforward boss. Nothing too tough, especially at the level we're at now. Just want to make sure that I get all of the loot around here. And there is something behind the altar. So actually running to the altar triggers a cutscene that'll take us to the next area. So we got the baby's nail. It's a weapon that if you use it, will inflict curse. You see it has that curse additional status effect to it. And it is a very short range weapon. Just want to make sure that I didn't miss any loot over here. I think we're good. Okay, awesome. So again, the way that you move forward is you walk right to the altar after the boss fight. And it'll trigger this cutscene. And you get taken up to the next level here, which is where the Archstone is, where we're going to get the boss soul for killing the Fool's Idol. And again, you have to kill that summoner on the second floor. Otherwise, the summoner is just basically to keep respawning the boss, and you're never going to be able to beat her. So we got the Doll Demon Soul for our trouble. We're going to head back to the Nexus. Do some leveling up. And the Maiden is right here for us. Let's see. I'll go on and take my endurance up to 20. Oh, really? Wow. This is that pretty much wipes me out. That's okay. I'm fine with that. We'll roll with that. Just take my endurance up to a nice even 20.
Art thou finished? May thy strength help you.
So a couple other things to take care of while we're here. First of all, going to get back into soul form. And then there's going to be some spells that we get. So go back and reclaim all my souls. And then we're going to head on down and we're going to have a chat with Sage Frake, who, once you rescue him, his spot is over here. So he can teach us magic from boss souls. So we just killed the Fool's Idol, so we get the Soul Ray. The Soul Ray is a more powerful version of the Soul Arrow, and it actually pierces through enemies. If you see there, you watch that little clip to the right, you see that it goes through enemies and also does a bit more damage. We also want to pick up the Water Veil spell. We're going to be using this in the next level. And warding, you can actually get the warding spell from the Tower Knight Demon Soul. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. I'm not going to get this one from the hard Demon Soul because I'm going to use that soul for something else in this playthrough. So let's see. Let's go ahead and tune our magic. I'm going to take my Soul Arrow off to put on Soul Ray. Warding takes 2 slots, but it's actually a very strong defensive buff. And then I'm also going to throw on Water Veil because I'm going to be using that in the next level. So that we go to. But for now, that is it for this episode. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you really enjoyed yourself. And be sure to stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to be hitting up 2-2 and taking on the Flame Lurkers. So will be an action-packed episode filled with lots of fun and games. So look forward to seeing you guys there. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like and a comment. I love interacting with you guys on this channel and through this playthrough. Take care. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.